So in today's video, I have probably the most requested video of all time on my channel, and that's a 2020 hack for episode that's working, that's real. I just did it today, so I'm sure that it works. I know you guys are just like me, you're tired of all those bots and fake videos on YouTube and on websites that give you free gems and free passes on episodes, but I promise you guys, when I did this, it worked, so I really hope it will work for you guys. In the video I'm going to show you today, it's going to work with an Android or if you have something else. So as an example, I do not have an Android phone, I have an Apple phone, but I figured out a way that I can do it on my computer. So that means that you don't need to have an Android phone for this hack to work, and I'll show you all the steps that you need to know. But before we get right into the hack, I want to go over a few things that you're probably going to need to know before this hack starts. The first thing you're going to want to know is that you need to follow all of the steps of this video. I know this video is going to be really long. I'm going to help out, and I'm going to put some little tabs to tell you where you can skip to if you don't need to do certain parts. If you want it to work, I really suggest that you watch the entire thing so that you don't miss out on anything. So for example, if you already do have an Android device, I'll put down the time that you should go to skip over the part for people that don't have an Android device. Another thing you should know before we start this hack is that it's really important that you don't use an account that's already recognized that you used an episode app that's up to date in the past. So for example, I was trying this hack so many times and it wasn't working because it said that you need to upgrade to the latest version of episode. So my device knew that I already had episode in the past, so it knew that something was up. So my two suggestions for this, well actually there's lots of suggestions here. One, you can either log out of your Google account that your device is running on, so that worked for me. Another suggestion you can do is use another device from your family members, like your mom's phone or your brother's phone, or you can also use the step of using the laptop. And lastly, before we start this hack, I just want to make sure that you guys don't get confused why I'm using a laptop. It's because I don't have an Android phone, and I'm going to show you guys how it works. Also, I'll be responding to comments, so if you have issues, I'll tell you how you can fix it. Without further ado, why don't we get started with this hack, because I'm sure that's what you guys are all really excited for. So this video was inspired by this channel right here, and I'll link it down below. So first you're going to go onto your computer and search for BlueStacks. And BlueStacks is an application where you can simulate an Android device. So right now I'm just going to the website and I'm downloading it. So I'm going to click on download, and the download appears at the bottom of my screen, and it's a DMG file that's downloading. I'm just going to wait for that to download. And now that it's done downloading, I'm going to go and open it. When I open it, it just comes up with this little tab and it's verifying, and I'm just going to fast forward through this. And now it says BlueStacks, so I'm going to open it and it's going to open the installer for BlueStacks. So right now it says that it's verifying the installer, so that will take a little bit of time. Okay, so now it's asking me if I want to open it because it's from online. You can just click open because I've used this in the past and it hasn't done any damage to my computer. Then you just have to put in your administration password and then you're all set. So it's installing the application right now. And this is the screen that shows up when you finish installing it. It explains that it's an application that lets you use a phone on your laptop or PC. So if you ever wanted to play episode on your laptop, you could totally do this too. So right now we're at the login screen of your Android device, and you just have to go and choose your language that you want to use. So I want to use English, so I'll click Let's Go. And now it says just a second, and it's checking my information. And this is the important part. So if you have used a Google account that has had an episode before, you want to use a different one. That's the problem that I kept on having in the past. So you want to make sure that you use a new Google account. So you sign into that account and then you click I agree. And once you've done with everything, you get your own little tablet looking thing. So it looks just like a tablet, but it's on my computer. It's really cool. And once you have this screen right here, you're going to want to go into Chrome. And once you open Chrome, you're going to want to copy and paste the link that I put in the description of this video. And once you paste that link, it'll open to this website. And this website is a file that you need to download. So once you download it, you can ignore the pop-ups that come up because those aren't important. Once you click download, it will open to a website that says Mediafire. And once it opens to that, you can just click download, and it's the APK file, which is for episode. So right now it says downloading file 97.78 megabytes. So I'm just gonna wait for that to download. Okay, so now that that's done downloading, we need something to open this file. So I'm gonna click on Play Store. And once the Play Store is open, I'm gonna search for Z Archiver. So I'm gonna click install, and now that it's done, I'm gonna click open. And it is asking for access to photos. You're gonna wanna click allow, and then you click OK once everything is good. And just keep on clicking OK. And then what you're gonna wanna do is go and click on the download folder. And once you click on the download folder, it'll open to that episode mod. After that, you're gonna wanna click on episode mod. And this is an important step. You're gonna wanna click extract here. And that's going to extract the file for you. So once that is done, it'll open with all the files you need to download. So the first one is Lucky Patcher, so you're going to want to install that. And then it will say installed, so you just click done. Then you're going to want to go to episode Choose Your Story mod, and you're going to want to open that too. And you're going to click install, same as Lucky Patcher. The third thing in the file you don't have to worry about. We're not going to use that because I found that it wasn't working well. So we're going to use a different app instead. But that's all you need to do for that. Then what you have to do is go to your home screen again, and then you're going to open Lucky Patcher. And it's going to say a bunch of things at the beginning, but just click no, and that will get rid of the messages. So once you've clicked no, your screen should look like mine with all those apps on there. And that's okay, that's all you need to do. Then you can return back to your home screen. So once you're back on your home screen, then what you're going to want to do is go into the App Store. And when you're in the App Store, you're going to want to search for a specific app, and that's called 2Accounts. And what 2Accounts is, it's like a clone app, so you can open up an app inside an app. You're going to have to add episode to it, and that's with the button that says add more apps. So once you click episode, it's going to tell you that the application is a pure 32-bit application and cannot run in the current environment. So you have to download another part. So that's easy, you just have to click download. And once you click download, it'll open up to the Play Store, so you can download that app again. You click open, and it will open back to the same app you were. Click allow for that as well. And then click enable, and then click allow. And then you can see that episode is showing up in your app. And it's just downloading right now. Once those bars go away, then we'll know that the app is ready to click on. So then you click allow for location permissions, which is allow again. And then it will open as episode in the past. So I'm not sure how many of you guys have played episode for a long time, but this is what episode looked like in the past. So now it says, welcome to episode. Have you played on another device? So this is where it gets a little bit tricky. If you say yes, restore, I think something wonky can happen. If you really want to try, you can, but for now I'm just gonna go on the safe side and click no, don't remind me. So then I'm gonna click okay, because I'm older than 13, and it's gonna open in the app. And who remembers playing Mean Girls senior year? Okay, so now it looks like the old episode. And when you click on passes, you can just click on get more passes, and then it opens to Lucky Patcher, and you click both of those suggestions and click yes. And as you can see, I'm getting 37 passes each time I do that. I kept on doing that, so I kept on getting 37 more passes, 37 more passes. Then I went to gems, and I clicked on the best deal, which was 1,500 passes. I had to do the same thing where I clicked both things, and then I went back to the app, and look at that, 1,500 gems and 187 passes. So after that, what you're going to want to do is click on the real episode app that's in your home screen. So after you do that, click on the app, and it'll open to the same old style episode, and you can just leave the story. And the thing is, the gems stayed, but the passes didn't. So I'm just going to do it one more time, where I'm getting all those passes again. And you're going to keep on clicking on it, and you can do it as many times as you want. I did it as much so that I could get 500, and I'm just going to fast forward here. And you can get as many gems as you want as well. So here you can see that I have 3,000 gems, and I thought this was the amount that I wanted. So this is where I stopped, and now is the important part. So I have all these gems in the old episode. Now I have to get them to the real one. So there's two ways that you can do it. After researching a long time, I found that the best way is to do it the second way I'm going to do it. But if you want to play it on the safe side to make sure that none of your information is lost, you can try restoring your account. And if you go into settings and you go to restore, you can see your username and password, and just save that information on your phone somewhere so that you can restore your episode in the future. But What I found is that I didn't actually need to do this. What I do after this is I go into my settings and I delete or uninstall the apps I've used. And normally I think you don't have to do it this way on a tablet. You can just like hold it down and like click X. But on my laptop I couldn't do it that way. I had to actually go into settings, apps, and then uninstall all the apps I used that way. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to 2 accounts and I'm uninstalling that. And then I'm going to episode and I'm uninstalling that. So as you can see, I'm uninstalling all of the apps that I've used. So after you've uninstalled everything, then you can go into the Play Store and download the most recent episode. So as you can see, I have episode Choose Your Story and it was the last updated one. And here we go. When I open up the screen, I have 520 passes and 3,000 gems. So as you can see, it worked. This is the most up-to-date version, and this is 100% real.